Have you ever trusted someone with everything you had, only to wake up and realize they were planning your downfall the whole time? That was me the night I closed a $10 million deal. Months of flights, ruthless meetings, sleepless nights, and finally, the win. Walking into my house, I felt unstoppable. What I didn't know? My biggest loss was already waiting for me. In my hand was the celebration bag. Not real money, just a leather duffel packed with replica bills. The client wanted me to feel the weight of $10 million in my grip. "What's that?" Riley, my wife, asked, standing there in silk pajamas with a glass of wine. "A trophy," I told her, kissing her forehead. $10 million, proof the deal's done." Her eyes widened. "Is it real?" "Not a dime," I chuckled. "The real funds are locked in escrow till Monday. This is just for show." She laughed too, but her hand stayed on the handle. "You trust me with it?" "Of course. You're my wife." She smirked. "Then I'll hide it in the closet tonight." I shrugged, dropped on the bed, and passed out. By morning, she was gone. Closet empty, clothes stripped, phones off, the bag missing. On the counter, where her coffee mug should have been, sat a folded note. "Thanks for the money. I'm starting over with my boyfriend. Good luck starting from scratch." I read it once. Then I laughed sharp, bitter, echoing through the kitchen. Because the bag she stole? Full of fake bills and a hidden tracker, Riley thought she pulled off the perfect escape. Slipped out while I was dead asleep, hoodie on, duffel in hand, like some cheap heist movie. She was right about one thing. I didn't see it coming, but she had no idea what I'd prepared. Months earlier, I'd had that bag custom made. Identical look, same feel, but packed with replica bills and sewn inside the lining, a GPS chip hidden as a logo tag. The moment I read her note, I opened the tracking app. Southbound, Highway 17, 70 miles an hour. Then I pulled up my home cameras. 2:17 M. Riley, slipping out the door. 2:19 a.m. She stopped to kiss someone. Blurry, but I knew that scruffy face. Derek, my old gym buddy, the guy who stayed too long at game nights, laughing too hard at her jokes. Tell me, have you ever caught those looks from a friend and forced yourself to ignore them? I zoomed in both of them, hauling the bag into his car, smug like they'd just unlocked a new life. I knew exactly where they were headed. Derek's cheap rental cabin on the edge of town. I could almost picture it. Candles lit, champagne popped, smiles wide, until the zipper opened. Stacks of worthless papers staring back at them. The tracker kept pinging near Derek's cabin. I pictured them unzipping the bag, candles lit, champagne popped, waiting to see stacks of freedom, and choking when it turned out to be paper. Then my phone buzzed. Blocked number. I answered on speaker, sipping coffee like it was just another Tuesday. "What the hell is this?" Riley's voice cracked. "Morning, sunshine. Enjoying the woods? You gave me fake money." "No," I said calmly. "You stole fake money." "You planned this?" "Of course I did. I only trust people who earn it, and you just showed me why you never did." I refreshed the tracker, still pinging at their location. Time to tighten the noose. "By the way," I added, "you and Derek might want to move." Her voice shook. "What do you mean?" "I've filed the report. Theft tied to a multi-million-dollar deal, with your names and your location. You wouldn't." "I already did." "If you were in my place, would you let them sweat in fear, or end it on the spot?" I hung up. The silence that followed was sweeter than any revenge speech. 20 minutes after I hung up, the tracker stopped. They must have ditched the car or tried to hide the bag. Amateurs. But I'd already filed the police report, video proof, license plates, affidavit. Even if the bag was fake, the intent was real. Fraud tied to a multi-million-dollar contract. Law enforcement moved fast. At 10:12 a.m., my lawyer sent me a photo. Derek, face down on the hood of a squad car, cuffs on. Riley, barefoot, mascara running, screaming in the gravel driveway of that filthy cabin. Message attached. Arrested without incident. Bag recovered. Charges pending. Press felony or walk away. 2 days later, I sat in a police conference room. Riley and Derek held for questioning. Not yet charged, but the DA was circling. Her lawyer leaned forward, desperate. "She'll lose everything if this goes on record. She has no priors. Think of her reputation." I leaned back, cold. I am. The next man she meets will Google her name and see exactly what she's capable of. If you were me, would you give her a second chance or let her record speak for itself forever? I signed the form, stood up, and looked her lawyer in the eye. "Tell her good luck. Starting from scratch." Riley made bail a few days later. No formal charges yet, but the damage was instant. The moment her mugshot hit gossip sites, her world collapsed. Friends gone. Job terminated. Social feeds drowned in words like thief, snake, traitor. Her family didn't need my explanation. The internet did it for me. Her mother sent me a short email. "Jake, we're sorry. She's not the daughter we raised. You didn't deserve this. We support whatever you decide." I didn't reply. There was nothing left to say. Meanwhile, my deal went through clean. The client, impressed with how I handled Betrayal, introduced me to new partners. Within weeks, my firm expanded into 2 fresh markets. The real win? I turned her betrayal into fuel. I wrote an article, "What I Learned About Business When the Person I Loved Tried to Rob Me." It went viral. Invitations rolled in, speaking gigs, book offers, even a documentary pitch. If your worst heartbreak could make you stronger, would you share it with the world or hide it in silence? While my world expanded, hers shrank. Reputation gone, career ashes, and I didn't have to lift another finger. Weeks later, I learned where Riley was living, a cramped 1-bedroom in a rough neighborhood far from the high-rise we once shared. I sent her a package. Inside, 1 fake bill, a flash drive with the surveillance footage, and a note in black ink. "This is what you stole. This is what you lost. This is why you'll never matter to me again." No threats, no rage, just closure, tight, final, unforgettable. A year passed. I wasn't the man who once trusted blindly. My company grew, new offices, a loyal team that earned every ounce of trust. I even started dating again, slow and quiet. I didn't need someone to complete me. I'd rebuilt myself. On the exact anniversary of the deal, a burner account sent me a message. "You won. I lost everything. Hope you're happy." I didn't need to ask who it was. If a ghost from your past reached out, would you answer or leave them in silence forever? I typed one line. "You didn't lose everything, Riley. You just never earned anything to begin with." Then I blocked the account, deleted it, and that was the last time I ever heard from her. Sometimes the best revenge isn't rage. It's building something stronger on the ashes. While they watch from a distance they can never cross. I didn't burn bridges. I built towers. My success stood taller than any punishment I could have dealt. And when Riley finally realized what she threw away, she didn't see a second chance. She saw the gates closing forever. I built walls she couldn't climb, foundations she couldn't shake. Every contract signed, every new office opened, every loyal partner by my side, it was another stone in a fortress only I could enter. She had chosen exile. I chose power. So, what do you think? Was I right to let her drown in her own choices, or should I have crushed her harder when I had the chance? For me, the answer was simple. I had already won. And standing inside the fortress I built from Betrayal, I knew one thing for certain. She could scream, beg, or knock at the gates for the rest of her life, but she would never set foot inside again.